I think I've left it long enough so that I can swear at any point now. Hello there, I'm Jimmy. And this is my stream, I guess. I've tactically picked this day because I couldn't find anything that was on the calendar. No global events, no nothing going on at the moment. So I thought, yeah, let's give streaming a shot now. So I've finally managed to rig up my GameCube with a HD upscaler. I've not tried it without it, but it's looking okay on my end at the moment already. Just a few things, or one thing. I'm not good at speaking. This is me practicing speaking. Also, there is a big ass road outside my flat window. It's a very long road, and it also has a tunnel that's very appealing to a certain type of drivers. And I have to keep my window open because it's hot as balls at the moment. So if you hear anything, or even my flatmates, I do apologise. Also, I'll probably instinctively respond to any loud drivers with bus wanker and or bike wanker. So we'll see if that happens or not, although it's fairly quiet outside. Anyhow, today I'm going to be playing starting to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Ultimate Masters Edition World Championship Tournament 2006. That's a very succinct and catchy title. It's as expected with Japanese. I think this is the last GBA game that was the last Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that came out for GBA before they transitioned to stuff like ES and PSP, although I think they'd already pushed some PSP out, like Tag Force maybe. So this is from an era where there's no synchro, no XCs, no... I don't think even Gemini was a thing yet, so that's just an idea of sort of summoning mechanics that's going on here. Let's see. Do I want to delete all data? Start, press start to delete all data. And then again, I will press start. Okay, well, let's begin. Let's see. Well, hey, we've got comments. Hello. Is the levels coming through alright? I've got my mic out on max, and I've lowered the gameplay nice and low, fairly low anyway. So unfortunately I can't keep my normal tone, as it were. I have to actually be loud. Let's just go and pop my name in, and didn't realise this person had purple hair before. I always thought it was brown on my GBA, so I don't know if that means the GBA colour it's fixing or not. Icon doesn't really matter, I'll just pick this guy. Yeah, so this is the main thing about this game is that you get a choice of 6 decks. These are all starter decks from around the time, and you actually kind of spoiled the choice here. Although I wouldn't recommend Dragon's War or Blazing Destruction. They've got good cards in. Well, all of the decks have good cards in, but it's just a bit difficult to get these things started. Let's see. Game of Touch 2 that? Just, like I said, there are good cards in it, but it's just not very consistent, and it's difficult to bring out the main boss monster, which isn't that good as it stands anyway. Zombie Madness is a fantastic deck. You've got great cards, quite a few stuff in there. Like I think you get access to a card of Sanctity, which is banned, and it's not getting unbanned unless they change the text line, I think. But you can play it in this game because it wasn't that much of a problem back then. Blazing Destruction, you have stuff like Solar Flare Dragonlock and Raging Flame Sprite, which is good, but it's not the best per deck. You're going to need to add a few things to this. Viewer from the Deep is fantastic. It's got Legendary Ocean and quite a few good cards to use it. Fun fact: when this deck first came out, I ran a modified version to the local tournament for under 16-year-olds, and the boss monster, I think it's Neo Dragon Daedalus or something to that effect, didn't have the text on it which said you required the Leviathan Dragon to summon it. So I had bought that and not a little bit when it came 4th out of 40 people in that one. So I've got history with this deck, is what I'm trying to say, but it's a good choice for starting the game off. Great option, I think. You've got great beatdown options. You've also got is it Royal Decree, which disables spell cards maybe, or trap cards. It's one of the two. So you've got great beatdown in there. And Spellcaster's Judgment also has some fantastic cards in there. You've got stuff like Premeditation of Faith. You've got is it Magical Dimension, where you can tribute to Special Summon and Destroy. Yeah, so, but what I would recommend is it's quite difficult to get the currency in this game, and when I've been playing around with it previously, I found that you can kind of modify zombie Exodia deck, as weird as that sounds. Oh, Jesus, oh no, it's all falling apart. Oh dear, the mic stand. Oh dear. Let's see. Oh, repairs on the fly. Let's tighten that up. Oh, and move closer to the mic. Hopefully it doesn't fall out again. Easy. Careful. Managing. Okay. Jesus Christ. I just shot myself. Oh dear. I'm gonna... Oh, I did not expect that to happen. Okay, I'm gonna start with Zombie Madness. And the good thing about this... Oh, this is the main menu. You've got a free duel, which is kind of like the campaign stuff. Challenge. Some of these you're gonna have to wait until you get your currency sorted. Because it requires you to have certain cards in. You can kind of circumvent it by having spell and trap only decks, but again you're going to need some better cards for that. And survival, again, I don't want to have a competent deck with probably a few LP recovery cards, owing to the fact that you don't recover LP between the duels. So you muck up once, you're kind of screwed, and these are kind of requirements to complete the game. So I think at some point one of the challenges requires a survival duel streak of 20. The most I've got is 11, but that was the streak ended owing to a mistake on my part where I accidentally decked out in an Exodia deck. Don't ask me how that happens, but I found a way. Let's see, here's the Forbidden List from the time. Some of these are quite understandable. Adagasu, Change Your Heart, which I think only just recently came off the ban list. Like, I don't follow Yu-Gi-Oh! Too much nowadays, but I think I saw something about Change Your Heart coming off the ban list, which I found astonishing, considering that's been banned for a very, very, very long time. Stuff like Monster Reborn, Pen for Choice, Ring of Destruction, and then let's see, Limited Ejection, Tsukinomi, yeah, all these are to be fairly expected, although I'm not sure on the current ban list. I think this is flat out banned and it's not getting changed at the moment due to fusion shenanigans. Let's see. Surprised about Scapegoat, annoying as it is, but let's see. Devastation. Abyss Soldier. That's one card that you'll be getting in the Fury from the Deep deck, which is just fantastic. Like, bouncing of any card from one discard is amazing. Stuff like that. Okay. Let's see, and then in the options you've actually got your percentage. So let's see. Yeah, you start with a decent amount of DP, which is nice. But you also start with a chunk as well, which is I don't know if there's another game which actually starts you off with some extra cards. So I think this is like one of the elemental hero decks, like Starter Deck Jaden or something that came out during the time. Yeah, so you've actually got some good cards that you can sub in, like stuff like Sakabata might be nice. Actually, I'll probably look through that zombie deck first to see what we're working with. Dark Dust Spirit. That's a spirit monster which destroys everything on summon, if I remember. Turns to your hand, destroys all face-up monsters on the field. Yeah, it's really. In fact, it's a spirit monster makes it. Actually, I'm just going to take that out from the start. Spirit monsters are not that good, apart from Tsukiyomi, which was on the limited list, I think, just a second ago. Vampire Lady, I'm not too sure on. Some of these I'm going to probably sacrifice the zombie consistency and probably put in some beat sticks and some other nice magic and trap cards. Snatch Shield, this is one of the most annoying cards in the game because the AI will top deck it at any given moment. Let's see, we've also got Magic Jammer, Reload. Again, these cards, they'll just pop up at the worst times. But they're quite nice. Yeah, there it is. It's Card to Save for turns. Card of Sanctity is... I think that's the one where you draw like 6 or something, but you discard your hand. If that, or it's the one where... Oh no, Infinite Cards is the one where you get infinite cards, funnily enough. Let's see, what am I adding? Brain Control, fantastic. I'll add another Compulse, except I've already got 3 copies apparently, okay. Maybe a Jar of Greed. Magician of Faith's good for some recursion. Is recursion the right word? I don't even know. Probably just put a Sekeletsu. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. You'd think I'd have enough practice with that sort of thing by now, but apparently not. Okay, so let's have a look at the 3. These are your level 1 opponents. They look fairly easy. Do not be fooled. These guys will probably roll my shit once or twice, which is was a bit of a shock the first time playing it. Waterpon in particular, I had a lot of difficulty with, even after getting my deck tuned up quite a bit. I suppose that's why they call it the World Championship Edition, because it's actually quite challenging. Let's see what we're starting with here. Regenerating, this is when it was moved from play, or is it sent from the hand to the graveyard by an effect? Yeah, some of these like discard from their hand effects really go off in this game. There's not a lot of hand destruction from the AI, from what I recall, and like from playtesting. So what I'll do is, I don't even know at this point. I'll summon Regeneration Mummy, but I'll just leave it as is. And then what I'll do next turn is probably, if it gets popped, I'll use Card of Safe Return and Book of Life and get some draw power and then go into a view copy. I think that's how you say it. Oh, they're not afraid to sacrifice some of the cards, which is interesting. Usually, in like the older games, you'd have... Oh, Christ, no. Of course it would be that. You'd have effects that would... what was I trying to say? There'd be... If they had the same attack level... attack monster, they wouldn't run into it for whatever reason, and they were just like, oh, I can't destroy it, I'll destroy myself. So they usually avoid it. So this is one of the better mechanics that this deck can pull off. Thing about Book of Life though is also that it requires a monster in the opponent's graveyard they won't activate otherwise. So I guess it's kind of good that I got ran into. Swords on Tower. I'm just gonna summon this and hope I don't get bottomless. Okay, good so far. Incoming Sakuretsu maybe? No, okay. That's going okay so far. Let's see if I get bent over at any point. Okay, I can deal with that. Call it a mummy. I'll probably hold onto that for now, just in case my field gets wiped. Let's see, we'll attack again. Okay, going okay so far. I'm just waiting for the horrific top decks that they will come. Okay, okay, no equips. Okay, that's good. Let's see. I've got no reason to activate that at the moment, so we'll just swing for 850. Is it? Yep. The sad thing is, this is probably the most maths I've done in a while. Yeah. Let's see. Also, the music is quite soothing, I feel. It gets a bit more intense like the further up the difficulty scale you go for the opponents. So you go from tier 1 all the way up to tier 5 with most of your opponents you just unlock by beating the other opponents like a certain amount of times. And then you unlock dual puzzles along the way with the same thing. Excellent news about the audio and stuff. Thank you. But yeah, I think the last 3 opponents' unlock requirements are slightly different in the sense that you have to have a certain percentage unlocked. So off the top of my head, Christ, Magic Cylinder. At least I got that out of the way now. Not Magic Cylinder. The third to last opponent, you unlock by having 60% total completion. So that's across, I think it includes like cards in your trunk as well. So you've got stuff like, I'm going to summon Vampire Lord. You've got your, what am I trying to say? A certain amount of opponents defeated, Fiend Jewels, Limit Jewels, Puzzle Jewels. At 60% that's unlocked, and then for the rest, I think it's a certain amount of dual puzzles, or it's like something ridiculous like 80 or 90%. Like I said, it's been a while since I've got that far in the game. I've only just recently dug out my library. I am playing this on, it's technically an emulator, it's a special GameCube which has a GBA player attached to it, which came with certain copies of the GameCube a while ago. So it's one of the better emulators that you can get outside of actually using an emulator. It's also a bit more less intensive than using my laptop and streaming off that. There's also the fact I really am kind of iffy on emulators, like I try and use original hardware as much as possible. Can I swing for game? The good thing about Vampire Lord is if it's not going to be Mirror Force because Mirror Force is banned, but the good thing is if I did run into any back row, I'd be sorted because it'll special summon itself during my standby phase. And I don't know if it was Kamibo for 1 attack or okay, it's there's some cards that you can discard for not take any LP damage for the whole turn. I'm thinking of Wabaku or something. But yeah, I guess Karibo's just for the one attack, so I kind of learned that a bit early. I'm gonna set the Magic Jammer just in case. Although I'm fairly confident I've got this run. I got you. Red like a fiddle. Oh, but there's another back row. You never know with these things. So yeah, I've got a couple more GBA games, and it also plays Game Boy Color games as well. So I've got a couple downloaders. I've got Tetris and Popeye looking at me from my desk. I'm just deciding on what to play after this. I've also got my PlayStation 2 and the Xbox Series X here. So I've got no shortage for James. Why do I keep saying James instead of games? No shortage of games. It's just deciding what's going to be good and also what doesn't get me copyright struck. This is a good amount of, I think it's duelist points that you get here. But I think it diminishes over time with like certain things. And you're better off farming higher level opponents depending on what decks you can make and the locks. It's also the reason why I recommend the Zombie Madness like Exodia builds, is that they're fairly consistent, and also you get certain bonuses for different victory types. So you've got Exodia bonuses, which is like a guaranteed 1k, and depending on when you finish the Exodia, you'll get like a low deck bonus, which can go up to like 1k as well. Scapegoat is a terrifying deck. Fusilier Dragon is, I'm hoping this isn't a skill train because it immediately gives a 2800 beta, which you can just normal summon, which is not cool. I'm gonna save Snatch Steal, I think, and we'll just go with a defensive start. I also had a bit of trouble. Oh Jesus Christ, my worst nightmare. But I think I still get this effect because it goes off in the graveyard, and Skill Train only affects the stuff on the field. Yeah, it's looking good so far. Oh Jesus, I think the only option here is... Oh wait, no, I can't use Spirit Reaper because its effect's negated. Shit. Bugger me sideways. Okay. I'm just gonna have to go into zombie here. The good news is that because skill drains up, I don't hear much on the field, and I can... this will do nicely. I don't even have to waste that steel. Okay. I'll just take control of that monster, and I can either... I'm thinking of whether I want to tribute now or tribute after the fact. I think I'll get more... Well, I'll definitely get more damage, but it's whether or not I attack with zombie or... Like most of the monsters in this deck are low defense but high attack. Is this get its search off or not? No, okay, because it's on the field when it activates because it's a flip. Okay, I'm with it, And then just make sure I don't forget to tribute. I'm also puzzled here as whether to set or whether to summon, because they like Nobleman of Cross out in this. I think I'll just summon. I'm not gonna... Yes, it would be nice to get the reflect damage off, but I'm just gonna play it safe here. And then in the turn, I'll probably have some sort of... I'm half expecting to get Snatch Steal myself, actually. Not quite, okay. The good thing about using the brain controls now, I've also got something in the graveyard which I can use Book of Life on, which is fairly good. July Gumo. That's another thing with early Yu-Gi-Oh! They were fairly inconsistent with localization and translating, so I think sometimes they just didn't want to translate something. Let's see. Oh, I've just got a message. I'm going to check this. It might... Enjoy the music on my phone. It's a seizure. Okay. Thank you very much, Kyle. Let's see. Where was I? Yeah, so translation wise, like Jelly Gumo is obviously Japanese. The Gumo part is the how you conjugate spider. Oh yeah, it's like I have to look through the deck. Yeah, so just look at all these. Like, this is not a deck for beginners to go up against. Yeah, and then there's stuff like Jigan Bakudan, which I can remember off the top of my head. This is also banned now because it's far too good. They just, they're like, do we want to some of them are like, they could have translated it, and it wouldn't have been too bad, but I don't know what they were smoking when they were doing this in the 90s. This bloody clusterfuck, for example, in Japanese this is called tornado, which, funnily enough, if you translate into English, I have good authority that it spells tornado. But for whatever reason they went with giant trunade. So either someone couldn't read Japanese properly, or but then why did they put the giant suffix on the front? It does not make sense to me whatsoever. They could have done like Or Tatsumaki or something, or Typhoon. But no, I just haven't. Yeah, it's very weird. I'm not saying that I'd be good at localization myself, but you can't cock up that badly, surely. Don't even get me started on mind hacksaws, bloody hell. I also need to watch my swearing, probably. Is this game? Well, that was unexpectedly easy. I was expecting to get rolled a lot harder than I did. Than I didn't, rather. Skull Servant. Skull Servant. What a guy. I was going for guy and then deck and then game, and it just kind of came out as yeah. Got second again. If I recall correctly, there's going to be stuff like it's low level monster beatdown, but it's got stuff like gravity binding area limit level B, is it? Yeah, so this deck can pop off if you're not careful. Here's a nice start. Call them when you've got nothing on the field. You have to activate like that. You can special summon a zombie type monster from the hand, and then because of that you also get your normal summon as well. Yeah, excellent. I think there is some problem defense. Yeah, there we go. So I've saved myself a little reflection damage. Main phase 2. This is like, I want to put another card down, but I don't want to get any stormed. I might compulse just because I can definitely activate that and send something back, whether it's mine or his, and depending on whether or not this stuff will get distributed. I want to save. Nah. Sound false. Again, I think that card is banned. This is the game state that we're living in. Let's I wanna. I don't know if I wanna. Let's just activate this and see how it goes. And Sakuretsu. See if it attacks. Okay, this is good. It's kind of what oh wait, no, I can't activate it because I've just set it, haven't I? Bugger. Hopefully I get something good off the top deck, because I can't. Damn it! There's not a lot of monsters in this deck which can beat over. But the good thing about Zombie Madness is, oh, that's very convenient. Don't even need it. Very good thing about Zombie Madness is Calling the Mummy is that you can special summon any level of monster, which is very nice. Let's see. We'll just go ahead and enter it. Oh, there we go. I was about to say I was surprised that no one's driven past like a maniac yet, but this time yet. I definitely think that something will muck up already. I mean, the mic falling off its stand was weird enough, but there we go. That's it. This is the awkward thing about this, is that you kind of get just stuck because the AI doesn't really know what to do about these cards sometimes. It's just like they'll just build the board up and then the board will get clogged up and there's like no way out unless you draw like Heavy Storm or Dark Hole, something to that effect. I'm not even gonna set that yet. Wow. And okay, anything good? That'll do nicely. But what does Pot of Greed do? If I had a magical library up, this would be fantastic, but unfortunately I don't. That's another good card that you'll get in the Spellcaster deck. I'll just put this down, see if anything decides to attack. I've never seen Skull Servant actually pop off myself. I think I've seen one video of it, but never in person. But I think like, it's basically an OTK card. You can get like 6k damage on board for like a level 1 monster, which is humorous to say the least. Oh, Record Speed is 2 draw phases, okay. I thought it was just the 1 draw phase, which I suppose that would make it some, like, okay. I mean, it's still a good card anyway, regardless, but... Let's see. Yeah, like, this is what I'm talking about. It's just the field gets clogged up and you can't really do much about it. I'm also not sure what to do here. I think what I might have to do is, well, hopefully I'll get a level 3 zombie, or because I've got like Spirit Tower and I've got Spirit Reaper in the deck. I don't care if I get pop, do I? I mean, it's not the most convenient, but... And then I'll Torrential Tribute via Flip summoning my Pyramid Turtle, and then try and get something rolling. Dead. It's... Band Control's a great card to top deck, but it's dead at the moment. Ooh. Welcome to Old School Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think any modern players will have seen past turn 4 in a very long time. But here we are. Chilling. I can. Okay. There we go. Let's see if this is the start of something. Oh, that was a hop looking back row. Okay, let's go for this. I'm okay with it coming out something that'll be over it. Because, well, not like that anyway. Jesus Christ. No, I was thinking like I could pop it back with control spells. There's not really a point at that point, because it's just gonna come back and eat over me in the next turn. Let's see. I've not summoned for turn. If anything, I'll just brain control whatever he brings out next if he attacks, and then I'll tribute it the next turn. Let me see if it's. It might be good. I might be able to bait something out with a Sakuret, so. And then I've at least got a level 3 for maybe milling. Okay. Let's see. So this mills every time is it special summon or normal summon? While there is another zombie type monster on the field can't be declared each time zombie monster special summoned. Okay. Have I got any good targets? It's just turtles, isn't it? Turtles, it shall have to be. I don't particularly think double costing's doing anything here. I think this just blows up if you special summon it with the stuff that they're available to them, like Future Veil and Corner of Haunted. I want to get rid of Exile, but like also I can prevent an OTK by removing the /feel. Let's see, do I have to get another card? No. Getting the gravity binds out the way is a good thing. Going for we'll just end turn. Why not? School servant, please. How slow can you go? I'm gonna build up my hand and use reload and see if I can't get anything that can get me an out to that area limit. Their search continues. Oh dear. I was hoping for some high action gameplay, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're gonna get it. Go for the reload. I'm sure we can do something with this. Creature swap is actually really good with decks with stuff like Pelagrin Turtle that floats, because if you destroy it while it's on their side of the field, you get the float, which is very good, especially if you're destroying in the battle phase and like swinging the game, depending on how you're field. So I suppose I'll Nobleman. Okay, that was a fairly good Nobleman. I'm just trying to think what I want to do next. I can get one back, or I can get back a Book of Life. I think what I'll do is I'll set the Magician of Faith. It's a book. Didn't proc anything. Okay, we'll keep them for now. And then we'll try and... I think the only way I'm going to win this is by milling, which is unfortunate. Oh, uh-oh. Well, unless I can... I get that back with Book of Life, but it's not ideal because I wanted the special summon with that on the field. Okay, we'll just go with the flip. And this is relatively safe, owing to the fact that there are limits on the field. Let's see. Book of Life. And we shall remove probably another Skull Servant if anything. Yeah. And let's... I'll just find defense position. Draw me one card. Another creature swap. You know what I could have done? I could have swapped the Faith with something better. I'm just gonna set an end, I believe. Just Tornado. Nah. Oh well. I suppose that's a good thing because I don't want to deck out before they do. I don't want to activate anything now. Absolutely thrilling gameplay. I'm gonna save that until after I do the play I was talking about, so I'll save that for next turn. But what I'll do is a creature swap, Magician of Faith, and I forgot that they choose. I'm gonna go ahead and attack anyway. What's the worst that can happen? And then I'll just be triggering that. I think there. I'll activate the other one because then I'm just gonna beat over and then get the float, which is good. Stangan, okay. And learn turn, see how it goes. And already I feel like I need a we'll see how it goes counter, just to avoid me repeating myself too often. Right. And the plan is I could also compose that Pyramid Turtle back to my side, but I don't think that's worth doing at the moment. And then naturally I'm gonna summon over the Skull Servant, although... Wait, do I get the search from Sangon if I trigger it? There's also the problem that if this goes in the graveyard it's gonna boost the King of Gold Skull Servants. I'm gonna put a science. See who gets the search. They're getting the search, okay. The more you know. Let's see. Attacking at that and then... Ah, Jesus wept. Whew. And that was going so well. Yeah, I might as well see what this is. Oh! Ow! Oh god, that's smited. Let's set that. Bloody hell. The worst thing is I knew that was in the deck, but I thought I got rid of it. Obviously not. Yeah. Deck. The plan is to deck. Does it have to be if there's no more sense? That's unfortunate. I'm just gonna have to end turn. bugger me sideways. Stuff with 4-star, 3-star. Hopefully what's going to happen is it's going to attack into my soul absorbing bone tower and I can use Sakuretsu and then negate it from doing the burn every turn. Is it going to be smart? No. Ah, oh, Jesus. Wet. This is a very dire predicament. Book of Life, okay. Speed things up a little bit. And I shall summon. Little customs. What else am I going to do? Get rid of Exiled Force. Healing attack. Healing 2. Am I going to lose to Stealth before they run out of cards though? Oy. It's good, problematic. I'm deliberating if I want to flip it back now and save me a turn then, or see if I can. Oh wait, no, my bone tower's in. Okay, so next turn, make sure bone tower is in attack mode to try and bait. Oh Jesus. Do I negate this or do I let it go through? So then Soulburn might attack. I've got nothing else that can attack. Need to have a Skull Servant. I'm safe from King of Skull Servant because the field's full. And then I can activate that, but then it's no point on account of not having the soul absorbing bone tower on the field. I'm gonna negate. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of stuck here. Like, attacking into that stone statue is reckless as hell. Yeah, don't. Spare from the dark. Let's see if we can't actually bait that, and in the meantime I shall use double Costin's effect to only require 1 tribute. Okay, let's see how this turn goes. If it doesn't attack, I'm gonna have to send it back with Compulse. Burn. Attack. Yeah. I'll have to wait because you'd still have now summon. So now I can Compulse. And that saves me by a couple turns, but not much. I'm still at risk of losing. The Summoning Spirit Reaper do anything for me or not? I think I need to keep my field free in case I get something that can somehow special summon and help me deck fin. Well, mill. It's mill when it's their deck, it's deck fin when it's mine. Oh Jesus. Oh dear. Sakuretsu. Don't have a 7 tools, don't have a 7 tools. Okay. That was awfully close. I don't know what to do. So this is how it was. Like, I used to run gravity bind decks back in the day, and now I just feel the contempt I assume my opponents faced. Does Snatch Steal do anything for me? Not particularly. I'm not seeing any. I'm probably gonna here. Oh my god, wait, are you gonna deck yourself out? Thank god, oh, thank god that was stealth, but I think I've won due to AI incompetence. The best type of victory. Oh. Just enter. Right, so flip something, draw the card, and then assuming they don't do anything else other than flip. Oh my god, I've won. Somehow. Ah. In the textbook definition of Sod's Law. Oh, Jesus Christ, you couldn't make it up. Oh. That was the most humiliating win. I hesitate to call it a win. I didn't win, they lost. And that's about as much as it is. Oh, I'm treading water pot as well. Maybe we can have some difficult spellcaster type stuff. Well, we're going through them in order. I think for the first stream we'll go through, see if we can beat them all once. Maybe buy some cards and we'll see what we're like at time. I'll try and keep it over an hour, but under. We'll go for over an hour. It's been what, 50 minutes at the moment. And seconds. In turn. Tornado. Draw. Christ, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, that would be nice in the top hand. Nah. Yeah, why not? I mean, obviously trap cards and bottomless and effect monsters are a reason why, but I'm okay with that because Vampire Lord will at least come back during my standby phase. Oh, it would take him one if he summons it over. I'm just terrified of Heavy Storm coming out. Oh, thank god, this is getting destroyed. Silent Swordsman level 5 is immune to all spell cards. Oh, Jesus wept! This game is a fantastic example of trolling. Oh, dear me. At least I get the body back. Hopefully. Yeah, okay, there we go. Such a good card. It's just a shame it's not too good nowadays. I guess I just... Yeah, we'll just go with that. And there's... I don't think level 7 is a thing in this game. I've never seen it summoned. I think it's level 7 that it goes into. I know it's got Silent Magician level 3 and 8 in this one, I think. Yeah, that sounds right, but I'm not too sure. There's quite a lot of cards that like you'd expect to be in here. Like they have the effects program in for them to like. It's mainly the level up cards. So I think if I recall correctly, they've got Arm Dragon level 7, but not 10 in this. And I'm gonna attack into this, even though I'm gonna get removed, because I'd rather it be double costing than Vampire Lord. Because that's probably the only thing that's saving me from getting run over at the moment. Hammer shot I'm okay with because, like I said, because it's effect and not a monster attack. I revive. Let me just swing and half expecting this to be Marshmallow Note. You couldn't call it that, could you? Isn't it? When you get so frustrated, you slip into your joy. Okay, that's going to get tributed into Silent Swordsman level 5 next turn, which will beat over this, and it won't be able to revive, so I'm actually going to use Snatch Steel to take control, just so he doesn't have the ability to do that. There's also the fact that I wouldn't be able to Snatch Steel Silent Swordsman on account of being immune to these spell cards. The 1k copycat, and it's yes, they're actually running into me. Oh, I suppose I should have. I mean, I've got Marshmallow in there, so it's. Didn't realise that was what they were going for. That's quite a good combo. I've got this if I actually survive, if they gets like lucky with the top deck. I might have to set Reckless next turn now. Won't do. And that's a dead hand. Again, I'm just gonna set and then pass. Still, go over at the capture screen. Oh Jesus, that does piercing. I'm gonna have to bounce that. Every time it does piercing, or does damage rather, you draw a card. But I don't have the life points to be able to go around with that. Looking at the capture, everything seems to be going smoothly so far. Usually in the past when I have streamed, the visual parts get corrupted, but it's doing fairly okay now. I think what I'll do is I'll set Reckless, and then I've got the reload for potential draw power if I don't get anything go off the roll. Silent Swordsman, as expected. I have not got anything. I'm gonna wait until it's my turn and get the draw. Okay. Nice. What does Pot of Greed do? It allows me to draw 2 new cards. Yeah. That was a very clutch Pot of Greed. And now hopefully I can start making a comeback here. He says before he chokes on his own words. Very good so far, we'll just end turn now. Okay, can deal. Spare the dark. Spare from the dark, rather. I'm not even going to cancel with the life points that I've got. I never managed to get my own like IRL Silent Swordsman. Like, I don't know what exactly came out of it, or if it was like a special game or something. I know Silent Magician, was that Tag Force that came with? Or it was like they used to do special cards in GBA games and maybe PSP games back in the day to boost the sales. And to give them credit, it worked. I was quite keen to buy them. Although, in a traumatic childhood experience story, I bought a Japanese copy of one of the first Yu-Gi-Oh! GBA games, which I only later found out later in life should have came with one copy of each of the Egyptian god cards, but the person who sold it to me, the man who ran the Beanie Baby shop in Brampton, obviously knew this, whereas I did not, and took all the god cards out when he was selling them. That wanker. Okay, I am quite happy to swing through the game. I might as well activate the greed. Get anything else? Oh, I don't even need a heavy storm. Beautiful. And we'll normal summon this guy, who I think might be based on a Chinese zombie. I'm not sure. I get mixed up between like the Asian monsters and zombies sometimes. There's a bit of like bleed over. I think is it like Taoist charm on his head or something? Or like there's something about Chinese vampires hopping maybe. I don't know if I'm going completely mad saying that, but I'm fairly sure that's true. Yeah, but despite the initial setback, we have won that one too. We're on a bit of a streak here. Usually I've eaten a lot more shit by now. Okay, there's always time to eat shit now though. Life lessons from Jimmy. There's always time to eat shit. Old school field spells, okay. So that's going to make certain beaters a little more difficult to deal with. It's spellcasters and fiends, this one, isn't it? Spellcasters, fiends, not zombies. Zombies is wasteland, perhaps? Maybe? I don't know what this card's going to be. I can either try and run over it, get rid of it, or creature swap it with the turtle. I'm just going to summon. There's also the back row, which I'm intern. I'm not too worried at the moment because I've got the turtle, which will float. Gemini, well, Toon Gemini Elf can't attack the turn it's summoned, so that's okay. The problem being, I think it can attack directly, and then I have to discard a card, which, never mind, that will work nicely. I was going to say, what could happen is, I think this has a ability where if you do battle damage, yeah, you discard one card randomly. And Despair from the Dark has an ability where if it is discarded by your opponent's effect, you special summon it. Like, despite what I said earlier about hand destruction being quite rare in this game, it does happen sometimes. But there's no need for using a chance at the moment, as I will just summon this and beat over it. Hopefully, my back row. Okay. And then I shall leave these two, and I'll set Absorbing Tower, and we shall end it on now. I'm not feeling too lucky. I'm feeling a bit lucky. I've got this far without losing, but like I wasn't gonna chance it on basically a coin flip for destruction special summon. I'll just go with a turtle. I like turtles. Attack into Sangan. Ebon Magicunculan. Oh yeah, also please excuse my pronunciation. My head will sometimes go ahead of my mouth sometimes. Or the mouth will go ahead of the head. And just everything will cock up. But yeah, also my pronunciation's not the best to click within the first place. But I suppose like I could be one of those people who deliberately mispronounces stuff just so people comment stuff like, actually it's pronounced like this. Like, thank you for the engagement. The analytics will save me now. Or kick in rather, and then give you boosted engagement. You think I don't know? I know. Although sometimes it's just some people's pronunciation for like Japanese stuff is awful. Case in point, if anyone's watched the Olympic coverage on the BBC, what a piss take that is. You'd think you'd learn how to pronounce some of the names, especially if it's the host country. But no, Claire Bolton still has that job somehow. Do I swap this? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what happened there. I just keep going. What they're gonna get? What read? Okay, I'm fine with that. As long as I can keep continuing my plays. Oh, here it comes. Bah, 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 bah. They attack. Ah. Ski boots. In ton. Pot of green, so what does it do? Ah, as expected. She's Valkyrie. And it's gonna. Okay. Do I get to summon Magician of Faith then? No, apparently not. Okay. Screw you. Okay, this is looking fairly dire. Okay, I'm going to use the special summon and the normal set just to maximize my defensive options. And what I'll do is... Ah, Jesus. What I would have done if the scapegoat wasn't here is reach a swap for the Magician of Faith. But I don't want to use this token, I'd rather have the flip. This might be an L. I didn't have any spell cards? Oh, dearie me. Part of the cards. Show me something. That will do nicely. What to do first? Okay, let's see if we can bait something. No triggers yet. What a greed. That was an insane reload. Next up is Call of the Mummy. Real cocky. Okay. Do I also want to use Book of Life or do I want to save it? I mean, I've not got... yeah, we'll do it, and then I also get a draw power off special summoning something from the graveyard. And I shall be... I'm best be getting rid of like a direct attack at this point. Okay, and here we go. Back row hasn't gone off yet, which is good. Possibly, unless I'm gonna get Magic Cylinder next turn. Better. Attack that, because... And I think Magician Valkyrie redirects away from other spellcasters. I could check, but I'm fairly sure that's right. Not that I had one either. Still got my collection at home somewhere. I don't know if it's accumulating profits or anything, because not much of any of the cards from back in the day are going to be that meta relevant. I have some rare cards though. I just wish some of them were in better condition. Like for example, I have a factory defect Kazejin, I think. Like it had, the front was perfectly normal, but the back had like 2 different card layers. So like it kind of had like the start of this card was on the top half of this card, if that makes sense. Like kind of overlapping, which I understand would fetch quite a bit for certain collectors. But it's not in the best condition now, so I don't know. It's waiting there. Basically. Is this a good backup? No, we just need the unhappy girl. The unhappy girl, I think if you attack it, you're no longer allowed to attack. And your battle position is locked. Not destroyed as battle. Option change, can't attack. But what I think I will do is I'll attack with both of these and then I can tribute over one view copy for another. And that should get me a W, perhaps. I should take more time to do math. Oh, I forgot about your effect. Ooh, that's tasty. And now, I don't know where that came from. And now I don't have to deal with the limitation on Despair from the Dark. Ooh, very nice. Oh, Jesus wept. Wait, do I still win? If I creature swap with Spirit Reaper and that should work, right? 5 points, nom nom. Special summon. Unless this is gonna blow up and I not get the monster. This could go south. We're good. We're looking good. So now he's just basically giving me 1,003 life points per turn anyway. But oh, we get the W. Very nice. And that's all of tier 1 completed. You have to go through a couple times to unlock the remainder of tier 2. But I think that'll do for now. I think what we'll do is we'll get some cards and then we'll end it there. So you've got access to most of the pre-GX archetype packs from the get-go. I don't know if Ancient Sanctuary coincided, or was it Lost Millennium that began with GX support for the GCG? Yeah, the one with Ancient Golem on the start, maybe. Anyhow, these are fairly the same from what I can recall as the actual contents of the packs. So you've got Exodia pieces in here, stuff like Botgreed, Swords, Metal Raiders. There's lots of cards in here, but none of them not many of them are too good. You've got the stuff that's on the front of the pack. I don't know if Regeki's in here, maybe, or Bats and Blue Eyes. And then, like, the later the packs came out, the more they cost. So you've got, I think it's Shadow of Infinity is the last actual pack that you can unlock. That was a pack. That's 500 DP, and it's got stuff like Raphael in. I'm just trying to think what's going to be the best for my deck at the moment. It's not going to be. I'm just like, I could make other decks and stuff, but I think it's better to just like flush out this one. Just trying to remember what's in each of these packs. I think Labyrinth of Nightmare had some good zombie support, maybe. I don't know if this also has like Reef Keepers in, maybe. But we shall see. And unfortunately, it's not like you can soft reset for these, and the game saves automatically after duels. At least it should do, providing the battery works okay. Which mine had a bit of a problem with, but it seems to be working now anyway. So yeah, here we go. Spirit Message. I can remember most of these cards, and that's Flying Fish, Lightning, Healing Sword or something, Shining Angel maybe, and some sort of fucking heat seahorse. Flying Fish, Lightning Blade, Shining Abyss, Boneheimer. I am such a child. Boneheimer! What a name! Anyhow, moving on. Let's finish this. Collective power. some sort of maiden, maybe a given maiden. The Dark Door is great for stall decks because it allows only one monster to attack per turn. You can find ways around this, like multiple attacking cards, and I found that one of the beast decks has a card like the March of the Animals or something, which kind of goes around it. But yeah, it's quite a useful card. Another Torrential Tribute is quite nice, maybe, but don't really need it. Revival Jam. Forgot one off Flame Dancer. Oh, funny one. Earthbound Spirit, maybe? Yep, okay. Why can I remember these card names and not my Japanese kanji? Spiritualism? Nope, Dark Spirit. Okay. Zombie of the Dark. Okay. Wormdrake? Yeah. Phantasm Nicholas? Deal of a Phantom. I'm not perfect with the memory teams. Aqua Spirit? Yeah. Gantiki Elder? Summer Illusions. What does that do? That, I think that was. You get this in the Burn deck starter. Okay, that could be quite useful. Oh, lovely. It's great consistency boosting. Kaiku is also a fantastic card in this matter. Okay, Vengeful Bog Spirit, Massacre Restrict. Again, that's great for a stall deck type thing. Emperor's Holiday? Tornado Wall, something with soul, purity, and life, and I don't. First Lyric. Yeah, that looks quite interesting, like special summon condition in like battle. Many have been deceived by this beauty of this vampire. Anyhow, maybe not St. Joan, okay. Excavation and Breakthrough? Diffusion there. Miracle too, okay. What did that do? 5 or more monsters have been removed from every turn. Nah, it's weird. Marie the Fallen One, I used to use that quite a bit. And Mask Beast. Skull there, okay, 44% collectible. I don't think I got. I mean, the good cards that I did get in there were ones I already had, so I still think there's some good ones in here, maybe. We'll go for another set and then we'll try another pack after this. The game tends to troll you a bit with some of these openings after a while. Like, when you get closer to 80%, like, you're not getting... I mean, it's basic odds and stuff, but it's still like... Taking the Nick Ultramai-off's quite nice to have as a view. And the fact that you can't like soft reset for them is good, bad rather. Illusaurus, useful. Last Warrior from Another Planet, that's good for lockdowns, I think. Destroy all monsters. As long as this card remains face up, neither player can normal summon, flip summon, or special summon any monster. Oi oi. Gonheimer. Berry Box is very annoying, and there's one deck coming up in tier 2, I think, that uses it. I forget what it is off the top of my head, but there's definitely one that uses it. Chowgen, is it? Chowgen. I don't know if last turn is banned in this. I should probably check. I think it was. Yeah. I think this was part of the last turn OTK. Yeah, that was quite annoying. Ruda. Damn it. Cards. Destruction Punch. Oh, an ambulance is going past. Fantastic. At least there wasn't a dickhead on a bag. Like seeing this card now, all it makes me think of is that video of the guy punching a kangaroo that was attacking his dogs. It's just the kangaroo's expression is like so stunned. It's fantastic. And I was an Archer. I think you can build OTKs around that, but I'm not sure. It would require a lot. So, speaking of last turn, let's get some of these. And then I think I'll save them. I might get some Legacy of Blue Eyes depending on how much I've got left. Gotta earn the money, spend the money. Drop off is quite useful. Susa Soldier. Nutrient Z. A-Forces. A-Forces is quite good for either, is it just spellcasters or is it just warriors or is it both? Okay, the warriors get the boost, but not the spellcasters, so that'll be quite good for if you set up your board nice and fast for your warrior deck. You know Kagusuchi? I can pronounce it, like I'll get it right, it's just that my mouth doesn't work properly. You know Kagusuchi. It's as close as I'll get. I've got a copy of that somewhere. Lesser Fiend. Robo Lady. Reinforcements of the army. I spent about 20 hours or more on my previous save and never got a single copy of that, so that's quite nice to get off the bat. Let's have a look for the next one. Ray of Revealing Light. Super Rover Man as well. Any monster of a pair I cannot. That's again, it's kind of not as good stall card, but it's there. Bottomless is nice to have. Amata Dragon. Arcanite Parser, very nice to have. Fiber Jar is a secret rare by the looks of it. Look at that graphic go. I probably won't be using one, but I'm sure there's been like a Fiend Challenge or a Limited Duel which will make me use one at some point. Is that Troop Dragon? Yeah, okay. It's good recurring. Okay, I'm gonna see how much I've got left and whether or not I can buy a set. Nope. No, it would require at least £1,000. Oh, it's a 150. I thought it was just 100. Was it? Oh, my memory betrays me. Okay, so what'll happen now is I'll just check the status. Everything is still on 0. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll call it there and see if I can't get my Xbox Series X working again. I've been trying to play Civ, but it just keeps crashing every so often, which is annoying, but at least I had the time to set this up. So what I'll do now is I'll call it quits, but in the meantime what I'll do is I'll edit the deck slightly. I don't know whether to do this on another day or just keep doing this on Saturdays, but I'll do a different game tomorrow. Whether or not it's Xbox will depend on if I can get my Xbox working. If not, it'll be another GBA, or I do have a couple GameCube games, or it will be PS2 games. Let's see, actually, just for reference, I'll have a look and see what's going on in this game pack. We've got a varied, an eclectic selection, one might say. The first disc I've got in my collection is Equestriad 2001 for any Equestrian fans. And keeping strong, we have Riding Star. I don't know why I have some of these. Crash Team Racing, I'll probably be keen to put that in at some point. Thunderhawk 2 Firestorm, I don't even know what. Dance UK, I don't have a dance mat here, and I think I'd get kicked out the flat if I started dancing at any point. Digimon World, I want to play that at some point, I just don't know what day, or if I'll save it for a different time and get the sub count up. Spiral the Dragon, what's this? This is a PS2 futuristic biking game, I think. Extreme G Racing. I don't know if I play that one. Jet Rider is a PS1 game. Actua Soccer. I think that's a football game, but it's got soccer on it, and I was never going to play a football game again. so long as I braved, but the fact it's got soccer on it as well is not doing it any favours. Street Skater, I've got a go-kart game here. I've got a demo disc which has... Jesus, I don't recognise anything on that. Is that German? I think I've got a German demo disc here for some reason. Or is it Spanish? There's German and Spanish on this. I have no idea. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it might have Tekken on it. Let's see. Shell Shock is a tank game, which I've not played in a while. This one's double sleeved. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. That will get me copyright banned immediately, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to have the games. Sonic Heroes for the PS2. I'm going to save that one because I would rather staple my bollocks to a train track than play that clusterfuck of a game. But I imagine it would be humorous to watch me suffer through it. I've got a Disney's Bug Life for PS1, a PS2 Crash game, Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles, Crash 2, Crash 3, Crash Bash. I don't know if I've got Crash 1. Oh no, there's Crash 1. Just slightly out of order, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And then a 1-on-1 Internet Tuner version 2.7. That is not a PlayStation game. Photoshop Elements, GIF Animator, Hello Engines, Banking Toolbox, and much more. Well, hold on. I'm just reading the text at the bottom of this. Requires Intel Pentium 4, a 1.3 gigahertz processor. Oh, it's for XP. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, this is so... trip back in time. Internet Explorer 6 or Mozilla Firefox 1.5. I don't know what that's doing there, but it gave me a bit of a laugh. So have a look at chat. Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon or Digimon all have my vote from Gussie. I just can't believe that disc is in there. That's it, yeah, I'm probably... I don't know. I think, let's see, Sunday. I want to have a relaxing Sunday, so what I'll either do is I'll do maybe Digimon Sundays and then save Crash for like another day during the week. Because I do like Crash Team Racing, I can show off on that. It's not the Activision remake. God damn those Activision remakes, bloody awful. And then I don't know if I dare set up Riding Star or Equestria 2001. Oh, I can only imagine how awful that is. Oh, I've also got GBA games in Game Boy Colors. So I've got Pokemons and stuff, and Tetris and Popeye. Get some food from your milk, yes, from yes. That was the worst Popeye I've ever done. I need to go and work on that. I don't know where my GBAs are. I'll put a list in chat or something of the GBA games I've got. It's mainly Pokemon now. That's all the Nintendo consoles are for, is for playing Pokemon and occasionally Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, so I'll take these into consideration, and I don't know if I'll do the same time or a different time. Like for the weekend, I'll probably aim for 1 or 2 maybe, and then I've got the rest of the day to either exercise or go for a walk and plan everything out. I was gonna joke about if you want to see a particular game, go on Twitter and use the hashtag Boris Johnson looks like a Badger's malting arsehole, but I think I'll just use the chat, and then it's a bit easier to track. Or you can also just interact on Twitter for anyone who watches this after the fact. Yeah, so hopefully everything went smoothly. Oh, actually I can use my outro slides. Outro slide! Yeah, hopefully that went okay, and hopefully, actually I'll probably turn the background music down on this as well. Yeah, hopefully everything's okay, and hopefully it's the start of something good, and I will see everyone the same-ish time tomorrow. Check out the YouTube channel and Twitter for updates, maybe, possibly, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.